Hello and welcome to Mock Productions. You're here with me, Matthew, and we are back with some more Skylanders Superchargers news. This is some exciting stuff going on. You'll probably be able to tell by the title what is going on here, and I have to say personally, I'm stoked because this is some awesome stuff. Never happened before, and I think this could be a really cool idea which could be developed in the future. So obviously we are still at E3, it's still June 16th, so there's plenty of stuff to come throughout the whole week. I'm guessing this is not going to be the end of everything. This is only day one. And people are still, bringing out like little things every hour and all that, so hopefully, tomorrow there'll be more of these coming out, and there'll be more news, and it'll get even more exciting, even though the hype train is at Station 2 now. Alarm bells are ringing. We've had to add on about 500 more coaches because there's just so many people stoked, especially seen as this news. Anyway, let's not waste any more time and jump straight into it with this. So, you're probably wondering, what the heck is Donkey Kong doing on this video? I'm not joking, Donkey Kong and a vehicle is in Skylanders. So they have taken a Nintendo Mario character, or should I say characters, and they've transferred them to Skylanders. This guy looks like some sort of superhero. He's in some sort of super suit. He's got a barrel, he looks as if he's jumping over the actual engine itself, and the car looks amazing. Obviously this is taken from a video, and in that video there is gameplay. So again, like I did with the previous news update, if you haven't seen that, check that out. There'll be a link in the description towards the video in the section where I found this, so you can check it out and check it out for yourself exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm really liking this. The actual car, obviously you can't see it fully from the side, but holding it there you can see the DK, which is obviously stands for Donkey Kong. The colours very they match very nicely. It looks as if he's got a life base. I'm not 100% sure what the vehicle is. It could be fire, but I'm not sure. I don't think it's going to be in the barrel element somehow. But who knows? Maybe they might make an 11th element called the Mario element. That might be pretty cool. Skylanders 6 maybe. It's got a light on the front, so that's always a bonus when you're driving around and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, let's go through this. So, what's this guy called? Well, obviously his name's Donkey Kong, but his actual whole name is Superchargers Donkey Kong. That is pretty sweet. You can see the vehicle there. It actually has Diddy Kong in it, and I think Diddy Kong is his son or something like that. I think that's how it goes. But you can see here, this picture compared to that one, you can see the vehicle is considerably different, and I believe this is because when you've put them together, they completely change the whole thing. Obviously on this picture he has no barrel put Diddy Kong on the side. There's none of that, and there's none of the barrels on the top. So this is what I think is happening. Even though he looks like a superhero, why does he need a car? But it is really cool, and this guy does look really sweet. Now the vehicle itself is actually called the Barrel Blaster, which I think goes very well with him, because I think most of the time he's got barrels. There's like a 2D game where he just rolls barrels down a hill, and I will come back to that actually, because that does actually play a part in one of his attacks. So keep that in mind. So here's his little artwork. So you can see straight away, this is not made up. There's nothing made up about this. This is proper. This is a Skylanders background with Donkey Kong in it. I like the tie with the DK on it and the superhero sort of suit going on. The barrel sort of holding on to it. He just looks really awesome. And then there he is, obviously on the vehicle. He's got some sort of lever. I'm guessing that's the lever to actually pull the barrel attack. Sort of, you flick the switch or lever and then the barrel will flick over. But this guy looks sweet, he really does. And I really like that quiff on his head. I haven't really seen this guy like in hand a lot. I haven't seen him in games a lot. I'm not a big fan of Donkey Kong. I know a lot of people are. I'm not saying I hate him, because hate is a strong word. I haven't grown to know him yet. So hopefully with this game, I'm guessing I'll probably start to like these guys a lot, especially this guy, because with the barrel attacks in the car, and himself actually dressed like this, like a superhero, he looks pretty damn cool. And then obviously there's a bit of a change there when he gets supered up. You can see Diddy Kong there, and that super duper awesome barrel throwing barrel blaster car, which looks super cool. Obviously, there is the toy form there. Obviously, we saw the guy from the video actually holding it. But this looks pretty cool, and I think you'll be able to see what I mean by he looks like he's jumping over the engine. He's got a massive barrel in his hand. I'm hoping that we might be able to get some sort of comparisons how big these are, because looking at this, it does look rather cool, especially the sort of 3D effect of his legs being kicked up in the air, the tie hanging off him sort of loosely, and that grin just brings out so much detail. And there's the car. Obviously, I like this a lot. Very much like bike treads on the side, the gears going round and all that, making it powered. It looks like the wheels are made out of barrels. To be honest, the whole thing looks like it's made out of a barrel. It looks like it's just made out of a mine cart, a lever, a light, and about 3 different barrels with some cogs and some bolts. That's your car, and he's just spray painted DK and some stars onto the wheels. That is pretty cool. It's a very, very, very simple car, but very effective. The colours are awesome, and the overall design is pretty neat as well. So here's a bit of the some gameplay here. And whilst these are actually going over, I'll talk about his attacks here. I've got my notes here. I've always got my notes here. Obviously, he holds the barrel, and he can split that barrel in half. As you can see, he's got a bit of an upgraded barrel. That, I think, is going to be one of the upgrades to get him spiky barrels. But he sort of rips the barrel in half and then uses them as like protective knuckle dusters in a way. He looks really cool. I don't know where his superhero suit has gone on this. Maybe they haven't finished completely designing him, or maybe it's just an upgrade where he's got a bigger belly and a tie on. I don't know. But he seems to always have that grin on it. Very monkey-like in the gameplay. If you have a look at the videos, you'll be able to see it just looks like a monkey, which is brilliant because it's not just like a regular like walk, 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 walk. You're actually getting him to be able to walk. Now his barrel attacks, they go into a load of stuff. There's an upgrade. I've seen one where he actually shoves the barrel on the floor and uses a drum. I'm not kidding. He actually just puts it down and goes dung 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 dung, and it's damaging enemies. Then he can run off the drum. The drum will stay there going dun 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 dun, and you can carry on doing whatever you want. He can actually jump into a barrel, and there's a barrel missile. It's like a homing missile, and basically you sort of control where you want the the attack to actually be placed. Obviously the barrel's on his hand. There's another one as well. You can see there's the degraded version without so many spikes. And there's that one there. Now you'll probably be able to see in the background those red bits falling off and some barrels. Now that's what I was saying earlier is he starts smacking the floor. You just randomly smack the floor, and obviously you smacking the floor with your fists and the barrels is causing the ground to shake and is making the enemies weaker. However, at a certain point, all of that 2D game, all of the level bits like the ladders and the barrels and all that start to fall from the sky and damage the enemies, which I think is a really cool way of sort of animating this Nintendo game into Skylanders, which is really, really cool. Oh yes, one other attack is that I think it might be a jump attack, maybe, possibly, where he sort of jumps and throws the barrel over his head with his 2 hands straight into an enemy, which is pretty cool. Oh, there he is. There's the super suit. Maybe it's unlocked, or maybe it's just before or just after you've ridden the actual cart that he's got. Or maybe it's when it's actually on the portal that you get that suit on him. That's rather interesting. And there he is trying to take out a turret there with the barrel throwing. That comes onto the actual car itself. The barrel blaster. Let's have a look. You got this sort of barrel shield, I've noticed, where the whole car is surrounded by about 8 to 12 barrels. And at some point it will just release all of these barrels on the floor and give you a bit of a blockade. So you'll be able to sort of hide behind them, or they might damage with explosive barrels and all that sort of stuff. And obviously, as you can see here, it actually fires the barrels, and it looks as if Diddy Kong is doing that. And there's like a turbo barrels at the back, awesome wheels, and it just looks really, really cool, this one. Now, obviously, moving on to this one in particular, I'm really looking forward to this guy. Bowser. And Bowser is going to be called Hammer Slam Bowser. He does look super cool. Obviously you can see that greeny plane there, liking the look of this. So we're not just getting cars with these two, we're getting a car and a plane, and that plane there is going to be called the Clown Cruiser, which I like that a lot. The face is very much like a clown. The smile, the evilly yellow eyes, the almost turtle shell of that plane. The rotors look really cool. And he looks super cool. That hammer is amazing. You just want like a life-size one of them with those shells sticking out of them. Really cool. There you go. You can see his intro there. And that is behind him, obviously. I was going to say, behind him isn't his vehicle. It's actually Donkey Kong's. But he does look really cool, like sort of roaring at the screen. And you can also see an upgrade there. I've just noticed this. The hammer. The hammer is all black and very volcanic. And I think that goes on to one of his moves, which I will talk about and is super duper cool. Obviously there is his artwork. Really like the armor on him. Hopefully he's going to be a very defense and attack sort of orientated person with slow moving. That's my sort of hopes for him, because that to me that's what Bowser is like. And out of the two, personally, he's my favourite. But let me know your own opinion. Who is your favourite? And maybe in particular, which vehicle is your favourite? But for me, it's him. Not so sure on the vehicles. Probably have to get them in hand before I can actually see what I like best. But out of his moves and his design, this guy I think has the biscuit. He's got that biscuit, he's dunking it in that tea, and he's just ripping it off. And he is going for it, and he's going supernova in flames, because he just loves biscuits. Obviously you can see him there in the plane. And then it upgrades straight away to this thing, which looks really, really cool. I'm guessing this is, once they've been combined together, you get this sort of Bowser head, missile launching platform, helicoptering, fiery blaze thing. Yikes. Yeah, well, just go with that. But this looks really cool, you know, compared to that one where it's like, I'm a little toy plane, and then it's like, get out of my way. Super duper cool, this. And I can't wait to have these guys in hand and be able to see what they're up to. There's his figure form. Obviously, you did just see the guy holding it again. Again, that was in the video. But I do like the figure form. The hammer is pretty cool. Be awesome if that hammer was light core, but we can always dream. I like the armor. I've said that before. And Bowser is Bowser. Bowser's just awesome. I just wish he was like one of the giants or something like that. That'd be really cool. He like takes over Crusher or something. And there's obviously the toy form of the Clown Cruiser. Wow. Oh, these names. Which again, like I said, it looks very much shell-like. The silver's very metallic. I like the front with that clown face. Looks really, really cool. Going into the attacks there, you can see he's obviously going to use the hammer. I mean, that's obvious. He's not going to just like store it on his back and hope for the best. But yeah, you've got that hammer, which makes him look awesome. He definitely looks like some sort of knight guardian. I'd hopefully want maybe a helmet for him or something, like like a knight helmet, just to cover up his face, so he's got that full knight look. So obviously you can see he's got the hammer. So you've got like a hammer striking on the ground, combos and all that sort of stuff, smacking it down straight away, lefts, rights, over his head. Jump attacks is sort of, again, very much similar to Donkey Kong, where he sort of jumps and smashes the hammer down onto the floor. But I just like that screenshot of him just sort of screaming whilst the other one's like, oh my god, he hit me! What's going on? But you can see here as well. Now you're probably wondering, hold on, is there a level like designed for Mario? Nope, this is another one of his attacks. Now I believe these are called Koopas. They're sort of the turtley things. And there are two versions of these actually. This is probably an upgrade. There's the red ones and then there's the green ones. And basically, there's several things that you can do with these. You can spawn them and they can attack for you. You can spawn them, you can jump on top of them, and just like in the Mario 2D games, you hit the shell and it will fly off, and it'll do that like a pinball ball going around the whole track and whacking into the different sides and hitting the enemies and all that. And the other thing is that Bowser has a second form called Magma Bowser. Apparently, this was created for Skylanders. Apparently, Magma Bowser, magma, like lava, was created for Skylanders. They were going to go with, what was it called? Giga Bowser. I don't really remember Giga Bowser, but it's really cool as well that, you know, they've brought over these really strong characters, but they've also got, you know, these little miniature characters as well, just to sort of bring in that Mario effect, which is pretty cool. Now, obviously, when he's in this magma form, well, you're going to be a bit like Eruptor, aren't you? So you're going to be flamethrowering, and the flamethrower is awesome. And that flamethrower also brings into another Koopa attack, which is if you flamethrower a Koopa, it will turn into dry bones, which is really cool. And if you don't know what dry bones is, it's not just a pack of bones on the floor, don't worry. It's actually like a character, exactly like a Koopa, but it's like the bone structure underneath of it. And it's really cool, really funky, and it sort of like bobs around with the head jumping everywhere. Which is pretty cool. Yes, so obviously you could see here him flying around in this deadly machine, the Clown Cruiser .2. And basically with this one I've noticed the short gameplay, but you can see what happens. Fires missiles. I think a lot of the air-based ones are going to fire missiles, but also I noticed that if you hold, I think it's holding something down, or you push a button, it will sort of create a giant bomb, which just, or like it's yeah, it is a bomb, which just basically gets fired out and straight towards an enemy and all that sort of stuff. Really, really cool. It just looks super cool. I got no words. I cannot believe that they've done this and brought in these. Oh my gosh. Oh dear. Obviously there is another one there with him flying around a corner, looking absolutely amazing. So actually, and then obviously there's this little thing here just showing the two of them off side by side. You can see Donkey Kong is a life element, and you can see that Bowser is a fire element. Now that means that we have 3 fire elements, which is rather interesting. I might have just given something away there. We've obviously got Bowser, and we've obviously got Spitfire. There is another one who has been announced, and that will come at the very end. But you can see all this here, and I like how they've put the Skylander background to it. Now, something interesting about these two as well, not so much the vehicles, I don't think, but the characters themselves. The base will actually be movable slightly, and will offer the player the chance to switch from a Skylander to Amiibo. I don't know how that works, because it just seems simple just to go dunk, there's an Amiibo, dunk, there's a Skylander. But yes, you have to turn the base to a certain setting to get it from Skylander to Amiibo. But I really like that, how they're mixing in these Amiibos now with other toy-to-life categories. Will they do it with Lego Dimensions? Who knows? Yes, but very interesting. I'm almost lost for words here, because it's just so cool just to see these two fantastic toy-to-life categories come together in this awesome way. Now, obviously, we're going to have to move on to something else, which is just a few screenshots of them having a little mess around in each other's vehicles. You see Bowser there in Donkey Kong's vehicle, and there it is again. Sort of the same thing, just slightly up and down with the camera. And there's Donkey Kong in Bowser's vehicle there. And again there. And obviously then we're going to have to go on to this. Yes! Now you're probably going to be like, oh my gosh, what is going on? Well, I honestly can't really tell you 100% sure. But looking at all of this, we've now got the front packagings for the Wii and the 3DS. And this is them. And you can see, and now this is what is being said online as well, is that apparently Bowser and his vehicle, Donkey Kong and his vehicle are exclusive. This is not 100% confirmed. Apparently they are they're going to be included in these starter packs. Now, for some reason the Wii U has been implemented. That reason being, you'll probably be able to see some other things as well, which we will get into. But the main thing is that it says Skylanders Superchargers Racing. Yeah. So the Wii, the 3DS, and the Wii U will all have a combined mode, which will basically mean that they are all going to be connected, I hope. This is going to be the multiplayer for these three in particular. Now, this is going to be slightly annoying. Now, the reason I say that, and I'm not saying it's okay, spit it out. Basically, I don't really want to be buying 2 starter packs. Especially if I can't just get the the Wii U version and automatically get the racing with it. Number 2, I really don't think these figures are going to be exclusives. Somehow I don't think a lot of people will be happy with them being exclusives. However, because they're with Nintendo, I could sort of see it happening, but I would hope they wouldn't and just put them in their own Amiibo / Skylander packaging, which I can't wait to see if that is going to happen. You can see obviously the portal is there. With the Wii one in particular, you get Super Shot Stealth Elf. You also get Bowser in his vehicle. And in the background, you'll probably also be able to see 2 new characters. And a third, actually, at the top where it says Starter Pack. But we know that one already. We know that one. So obviously I've gone over the logo where it actually says Racing. So I'm guessing we might be getting a 2-for-1 deal this year with 2 games. But don't hold me on that one. I hope it's not an exclusive multiplayer for the Nintendo versions, because it'll probably end up being something like Mario Kart or something, which I would hope that they don't go with that. But if they do, fair enough, and we're just gonna have to go with it. And fingers crossed that Skylanders 6 is multiplayer for everyone. But I wouldn't hold my breath as to say that is 100% confirmed that racing is exclusive to Nintendo stuff, because I think the others are going to have it. The reasons I say that are because of the higher graphics which you saw in that previous picture in, I think it was the previous update, with all the vehicles there. So that is my little hint there towards not being exclusive. Now obviously you can see here the exact same Wii packaging, but also the Wii U, and you can see that the Wii U has the Donkey Kong car and also Donkey Kong himself. Oh, hold on a second, I've just noticed something. It looks as if Bowser's plane is an air element, and it looks as if Donkey Kong's car is a tech. Right, that's interesting then. So we have a tech and we have an air, even though, that's odd, they're not matching up in the same elements. Very interesting. Plus the fact that I really don't think these are going to be exclusives. I don't know if you can see this. How are you going to get a Wii and a Wii U version when you only need one? Preferably the Wii U, because why get the Wii, get the Wii U? Because, no, they can't be exclusives. That's ridiculous. That is out the window. What? Who wrote that? I did on the sheet of paper, but somebody wrote it. They can't be exclusives, because how are you supposed to get Bowser in his plane when you get the Wii U version? No, they're going to come out on their own. That's my hope and pray that sometime this week they confirm that these are not exclusives and you can actually buy them on day one and be able to actually play Skylanders Superchargers Racing. Another thing that is actually interesting is the Wii U version doesn't say Racing, but the Wii and the 3DS do. So maybe the racing is only going on those two, whereas everyone else gets the game. That'd be pretty cool. Okie doke. So obviously we've got to talk about these two. Slightly dim graphics there, but I can bump that up with these two pictures, because number one, we've got this guy. Eruptor is back, and look at that vehicle. I'm so psyched. I know a lot of people have been hoping that there will be a motorcycle. Well, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, Happy Birthday, Happy Easter, Happy Summer, whatever you want to call it. This guy looks awesome. He looks as if he's gone to Frino for some fashion advice on how to drive a bike. This is amazing. He's got a lava ball wheel. He's got this spiky biker helmet. This guy is super cool. It's like Frino and Eruptor. Why don't they just call it Fry Eruptor? That's it. Fry up Eruptor. Done. Fry up Eruptor. Hands down. That's it. You get a free egg with it. Done. And obviously we've got to talk about this one. I'm super stoked at this. Roller Brawl is back. We haven't seen her since Swap Force, and she has come back. I have to say I am super duper happy that at least somebody who hasn't like come back every single year is now coming back in this one. Roller Brawl, and obviously you can see her in that skeletal thing. The skeletal vehicle, which we saw in the trailer, and also in that picture where it looked like there was a multiplayer sort of function. So now that's three of the cars have now been completely shown off, which was the Hot Street car. It was obviously was Roller Brawl's this cage thing, the truck car thing, and then you also have the Crypt Crusher that was in the background. So that's 3 out of the 4 shown. But I definitely think that picture has definitely decided that the racing is not an exclusive to Nintendo, and also I cannot see the figures being exclusives. So the exclusivity I don't think is going to be there at all, and you're going to be able to get them no matter what. So put your mind at rest. You will not have to look around or think of buying about 2-3 starter packs to get all of these different Mario characters. But super cool. Obviously you've got the skeleton car and the lava ball bike. What more can I say? This has been amazing, an absolutely amazing day. I'm guessing there's going to be so much more to come this week. Fingers crossed there's some gameplay, maybe a new trailer, maybe some packaging, maybe just a little bit of packaging. A few more characters. I think the hype train needs that, that third truck. At the moment we've got 2. The passengers are leaning out the window with ropes hanging on because all of this hype is just so much, and the speed we're going at is amazing. Skylanders is around the corner. I can't wait for this. So, yeah, I'll leave it to it, guys. This is, obviously 2 news updates in a day. Pretty cool. Spoiling you, to be honest. I'm spoiling myself doing all of this because I enjoy doing these so much. And it's just so cool to see these 2. I'm just getting so stoked for these, and I really want to see the figures ASAP. But there we go. So, if you have enjoyed this, please make sure to hit the subscribe button below in order to obviously see more news updates. If you have enjoyed this, make sure to put a comment down below. Let me know what you enjoyed and actually give me your feedback on some of the characters we've shown off. You can also rate the video so I know you're enjoying these news updates. So, guys, I'll see you in the next video on the channel. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you then, and goodbye.